Comparing the Google Pixel 6 against the iPhone 13, there is quite a significant price difference of around $200. And for people who aren't too interested in being invested into Apple's ecosystem and using iCloud, AirDrop, and those types of features, I think this saving could be worth it. The Google Pixel 6 comes with a 6.4-inch display, and the iPhone 13 has a 6.1-inch screen. Comparing the form factor of both of these phones, the Google Pixel 6 is more reminiscent of an iPhone 13 Pro Max. They are a very similar size, but obviously the 13 Pro Max does have a bigger display at 6.7 inches. With the Google Pixel 6, you do get a high refresh rate display that is 90Hz, whereas the iPhone 13 only has a 60Hz display. So you can expect to get a smoother and more responsive experience with the Android phone. In terms of the overall image quality, both phones have fantastic displays. They have OLED technology, so have great contrast levels and vibrant colors, along with HDR support, which is fantastic for watching movies. Comparing the battery life performance, the Google Pixel 6 does have a significantly larger battery, but it also has much better charging times that are much faster than the iPhone 13. For example, if you want to wirelessly charge your Google Pixel 6, you can get up to 21 watts of wireless charging compared to 15 with the iPhone 13. However, just because the Pixel 6 has a larger battery doesn't always mean you will get better battery performance. And because this phone has a higher refresh rate display, this will be more demanding on the overall battery life. Meaning that if you're going to have a relatively intense usage of your phone every single day, the battery life between the iPhone 13 and Google Pixel 6 are relatively similar, ranging from anything at 8 hours to around 10 hours. With much more passive and simple usage, the Google Pixel 6 did far exceed my expectations, and has a fantastic way of monitoring the overall battery percentage and the predicted time remaining based on the current tasks that you're doing. Something I really don't like about the Google Pixel 6 is the Touch ID. I see many discussions online about how great fingerprint scanners are built into the screen, but I personally didn't really like it. I found it quite slow at actually responding to the fingerprint, and is nowhere near as quick as the Touch ID power buttons that I tried recently on this Samsung phone. And unlike with other Android devices that have both Touch ID and Face ID, I found this to be a very weak part about the Google Pixel 6. And even though Face ID gets a lot of hate, it is a much better system than the Touch ID on the Google Pixel 6. It detects your face incredibly quick, and you can swipe and start accessing your phone. In terms of the overall design, for me, the iPhone 13 definitely wins. It's a slightly smaller and lighter phone, making it much nicer and friendlier to use. This doesn't mean that the Pixel 6 looks bad. I think it has its own unique style. A design choice that I don't particularly like about the Google Pixel 6 is that the power and volume buttons are both located on the same side of the phone. Many times I keep going to turn the volume up and down on my Google Pixel, and I keep turning the screen on and off. And although I'm not too bothered by the new camera bump design, I actually think it has some benefits at stopping your phone from rocking on your desk, unlike with the iPhones. I have noticed that it does attract quite a lot of dust and dirt because it's another part of your phone that is sticking out. On the topic of the camera bump, let's talk about the camera performance. The iPhone 13 and the Google Pixel 6 both have two cameras. With the iPhone 13, you get a wide and an ultra wide that are both 12 megapixels, and with the Google phone, you get a main camera which is 50 megapixels and an ultra wide that is 12 megapixels. So quite a significant increase in terms of the pixels that are being captured from the Google Pixel. Although the photography performance is better with the Google Pixel, when it comes to capturing video, you may prefer to purchase an iPhone. Every iPhone 13 has got the new cinematic mode, which is a quite unique and exciting feature, but it also has the ability to capture HDR video with Dolby Vision. And with the Google Pixel, you can only capture SDR footage. Furthermore, the iPhone 13s have tremendous image stabilization. In terms of the hardware specifications, the iPhone 13 comes with the A15 Bionic processor and 4GB of RAM, and the Google Pixel 6 comes with 8GB of RAM and the new Google Tensor chip. When it came to running speed tests between both of these phones, such as opening, closing apps, and executing tasks, both phones were almost identical. Sometimes the Google Pixel 6 opened apps quicker than the iPhone 13, and sometimes the iPhone 13 opened apps quicker than the Google Pixel 6. You could not definitively say that the A15 Bionic was outperforming the Google Tensor. If you want to see my full review of the iPhone 13, I highly recommend checking out this video next.